September 4th. It's Monday morning. I'm alone at home. It's the last one before school starts, which is kind of sad. We've had a great, slow-paced summer, more relaxing than any I can really remember by not having our stand in Shakespeare at all. So for those of you just tuning in, for the past 13 years, we did run a roadside fruit and vegetable stand in the big metropolis of Shakespeare. And this was totally planned to close it down, and I could not have worked out any better, in my honest opinion. This is a year I know I will look back on as one of my most transformative years ever. Coming up on 3 years of sobriety on September 30th, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But this is a year that I just feel like a totally different person. The simple reason that I'm continuing to focus on my 20% that moves the needle and stripping out the 80% of bullshit that doesn't really serve me anymore. The stand was one aspect that, coupled with not growing a single thing this year, well, except for the garlic project, which I'm totally pumped about that. And so I didn't grow a single thing this year, and that previously took a lot of time and focus. So these actions are directly responsible by following Dr. Benjamin Hardy's recommendations in this book. 10x is easier than 2x, and I suggest that you get this book. He's an occupational psychologist, so I'm now reading that book. I'm done reading that book. Now I'm more or less studying it. But if you're looking to totally simplify and evolve into your next new identity, I highly recommend Ben and this book, and check them out on YouTube. And 10x is not about doing 10 times more. It's actually the exact opposite, and doing a lot less, and simple as that. Now, the reason I actually have this book is because of an action that I took, which my beautiful and lovely wife, Holly, was simply acknowledging. So it's the start of fantasy football season, which usually gets me pumped and primed for the upcoming draft and season to follow. But it also takes a lot of time. And it's time that I know is not serving me well. So now we have a physical in-person draft, which is fun. You get to see the guys once a year, have some beers. Well, I used to up until that 3 year ago thing, which definitely played a part in me not watching football anymore. And since, booze and me plus football meant getting hammered on Sunday, Monday night, and Thursday night, any excuse, right? But football was a time for me to drink my face off. So since that whole realizing it's a much better life without alcohol thing, my interest in fantasy and football as a whole just dwindled all on its own. Couple that with the nonstop texts with absolutely ridiculous trade offers, like seriously, we'll call him Tony, along with a snide comment made by one of my favorite competitors for not having my keepers in on time. I knew it was time to hang up my 3-time championship jersey. And so thank you, Richard, sincerely. Thanks, man. And thank you, my brother-in-law, the commissioner, Mike, and D-Bull down in the States, miss him, and Hackers, Beaner, Jody, new guy, and I know I'm missing somebody, and I apologize, but that makes me sad in a way, which brings me back to the 80-20, the book here. Letting go of your 80% or past identity isn't easy. I can't stress that enough. It's just not easy giving up who you were. But you have to keep looking at who you want to be. But if you want to 10x the value of your freedom through the quality of your time, money, relationships, and purpose, what will seem impossible for you now will be completely normal to your 10x future self. I am now just learning that wanting is not a bad thing. Wanting is about abundance and creation. So I'm just going to read this little bit here. This one hit. 1. Wanting is about abundance and creation. Creativity is not a scarce resource and takes nothing away from anyone else. Rather, creativity actually creates new resources and opportunities which previously didn't exist and which would not have existed without someone proactively creating them. Number 2. Wanting requires no justification. When you want something, you don't need to justify that want to anyone else. This will be particularly vexing to the self-righteous readers among us who will attempt to manipulate and guilt you into doing what they believe you should be doing, based on their scarcity frame of reference. To go 10x as well, to live the life you are uniquely suited to live, you can't pay heed to the scarcity mongers. So when people say, "Why do you need that, Chris?" just say, first of all, I don't need it. I want it. And then the reason I want it is because I want it. Simple as that. So what do I do every day since I read this book? I do what Dan Sullivan did for 25 years and I write out what I want. And I love it. And I suggest you start doing the same. Grab a piece of paper and just start, I want. I want, I want, I want. Get it out into the universe.
I got some more stuff on my vision board that I want to accomplish. And Grant said, "You still have a vision board?" I said, "Yeah, because I still got visions." You know, the Bible says, look, I'm not going to beat you over the head with that. If you're not a spiritual person, listening to me ain't that good of an idea, because I'm going to tell you too much that I know. But the Bible says a man without a dream or a vision shall perish. So why would I stop having dreams and visions? I ain't ready to die. Down here, that's 100 million cash bank dollars. I just want to see what that feels like to have 100 million liquid cash, bills paid, and money coming in. And the figure in the middle is 3 billion. I just want $3 billion. I don't need $3 billion, but I just want to see what 3 billion tastes like. Whoever been telling you these stories about having money, let me straighten it out for you. It's way better to have money than to not have money. I don't know who told you that you shouldn't want more of it, but if you don't get enough of it, you gonna be in a struggle. I just think if you're a great person, okay, let me put it to you this way. People who get money, they say you've changed. But money don't change people. Money allows you to be more of who you really are.
The next video, I'm going to let you in on one of the other changes I've made to focus more on my 20% and continuing to 10x my life. So if you stuck around to the end here, swing by the store at 1300 Seagrave in Woodstock and just say a 4 ounce for $4 and save yourself 33% on a nice portion of Atlantic salmon. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We got, I think, some pretty cool recipes on there. And other than word of mouth advertising, it is one of the biggest ways you can help our business at this time. So I thank you. And remember, I'm Chris, owner of Crisp Seafood, here to make your meals hook, line, and simple. Thanks. Have a great day.